Need Pokemon Go PvP coaching? Well, I'm a Metafy, so click the link in the video description, it'll take you right to my page. What's up guys, got another video today, this time a little bit different, gonna switch it up a little bit. You normally have 3 to 4 sets, this time I'm just gonna have 2 sets. Video length has been a topic of discussion, so I figured to leave this up to you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new video length. Either way, huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. I could not be doing this without you guys. But yeah, let's get right into this video about this brand new Halloween Cup team. A couple familiar faces if you've watched my videos before in the past. We've got Wormadam Trash in the lead with Sableye as the safe swap and Frostlass as the closer. It's a double ghost, and this is something that honestly I feel like is not run a lot and should be run more in Halloween Cup. It used to be Halloween Cup was filled with the dark types. Now poison types have kind of taken over a little bit, so there are less dark types. Ergo, Sableye, Frostlass have a much better time than they used to. Wormadam Trash, I really debated releasing this video just because I knew that you guys in the comments are going to tell me to use Confusion instead of Bug Bite over and over and over. So let me address the elephant in the room. Honestly, kind of looks a little bit like an elephant too. Wormadam Trash. I'm using Bug Bite in this team specifically. I do not think that Bug Bite is better than Confusion as a move by any means. But the purpose of this team for Wormadam Trash is to protect the ghost types in the back. Now, what are these ghost types? What are they weak to? Well, first of all, they're very weak to dark. So we want a bug type move to take care of those dark types. That's the main thing. Secondly, actually there's no second part. Confusion deals better with Azumarill. So those are the big 2 threats to the back line. Bug Bite handles the darks much better. You actually have a matchup against Umbreon and Mandibuzz instead of just getting destroyed, and the backline still deals with everything perfectly. You'll see how this works out as these games play through, especially in an ABB team. The goal is Sableye swaps in to bait out the dark type. The dark type generally will be kind of damaged, so the goal is to try and get a farm down with Bug Bite and deal some, or not only significant damage, but come out of that with a move, whereas with Confusion you're definitely gonna have to throw that move. The other thing is you have 2 answers for poison types in the back already. Running Confusion is kind of redundant, right? You're gonna beat Toxicroak lead even harder, and here's the big benefit here. Everyone thinks you're running Confusion, so Toxicroak and Nidoqueen, they swap out right away. You're gonna see that a lot in these videos. Gengar lead, we got to swap out of this one. I wasn't sure if they would swap out or not. If we were Confusion, obviously we'd be in a great spot, but instead I'm gonna come in with Sableye. No, they didn't build up to the Shadow Ball, so you can take a Shadow Punch, no problem. You come in with the Azu, gonna just throw Return with some good timing here. And either force them to throw energy, or grab a shield or 2, or deal some heavy damage. So they actually throw right away afterwards too, which is perfect for me. Gonna take down the Sableye. This is gonna allow Wormadam to kind of go to work here. This is Wormadam's entire job. Take out the Azu, take out the Dark type. With Bug Bite, you still beat Azu if they don't have Hydro Pump, but I mean, it's Halloween Cup. No one's running Hydro Pump at all, it seems. Actually, I got Hydro Pump once, but besides that, almost no one's running Hydro Pump, and this matchup is still very solid. Just throw the Iron Heads. The Bug Bites, they deal quite a bit of damage, and they actually come in with the Gengar here. Once again, did not build up to the stronger move, so no reason to shield this. Wormadam is not a Psychic type or anything, despite what people might have you believe. You can throw the Iron Head, which will take out the Gengar. And luckily they let it through. They don't want to, actually they don't have shields. What do you mean? Of course they let it through. You gotta come in with the Frostlass, and the goal here is to 2 shield and farm down. They throw their Play Rough right away. And I'm just gonna make sure I'm taking full advantage of this and farming up before they get to their next move. So you can see I throw my Shadow Ball right before they get to the next Play Rough. Hopefully the Shadow Ball is enough, and then I will have enough residual energy with a shield advantage, hopefully take out anything. But wait, the one Pokemon that might give Frostlass some problems, a shield up and with an energy advantage, it's Umbreon. So turns out we're still gonna have to make some plays to get out of this little sticky situation. 2 Avalanche is not enough, so I'm gonna have to try and make a catch here onto Wormadam. Let this Umbreon take out my Wormadam. I'll still have a shield remaining for my Frostlass, and Umbreon cannot store 3 moves, so it's really just a race to this final move. Frostlass should be able to get there no problem, and take out the Umbreon. So yeah, a bit of a rough game. This was a pretty bad lead and 3 pretty hard counters straight up, right? That was Wormadam into Gengar, Azumarill into Sableye, and then Frostlass into Umbreon. So, team has played. You just gotta farm stuff down and generate shield advantage. Okay, so this is the elephant in the room. This is the big core breaker to the team. Shadow Mawile or regular Mawile. They actually go for the catch here. I'm glad they stayed in as long as they did because I need to deal some damage to that thing. Confusion doesn't help you here. Oh, sorry. I'll shut up about Confusion until it actually becomes relevant. But it's looking pretty dire. Sableye is kind of my only answer, so I actually debated shielding here. But swapping in your best answer and then spending a bunch of shields on it is generally a guaranteed way to lose the game. So instead, I'm just going to hope that they don't shield their Mawile. The problem is my Sableye was not able to generate shield advantage in that matchup versus Umbreon because of the extra damage dealt from Mawile. So because it wasn't able to win the 0 shield there, I don't have the shield advantage already that might pressure my opponent into not shielding the upcoming Iron Heads. But because they haven't spent a shield yet, unfortunately this is almost certainly going to get shielded, and if this is shielded, the game is pretty much over at this point. So I'll give my best shot. You can see my Wormadam is somehow taken damage from the Fire Fang already. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what's happening with the game anymore. But yeah, I should have just top lefted. I decided to see if they let this one through too. Maybe they don't want to go 2 shields down, but they had other plans. Yeah, there we go. Trying to save everybody some time. That's what the theme of this video is. We're saving people some time. 2 sets instead of 3 sets. Yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think of the video length afterwards. Drapion lead. Saw this quite a bit. And this is your dark type that you want Wormadam to be taking down. Well, guess what? With Confusion, you don't beat Drapion. So you got to be able to beat Drapion. This matchup is not too bad. They don't get the crunch debuff. It's pretty comfortable. I'm going to go straight for the Bug Buzz against regular Drapion. And Shadow Drapion, I'll go for Iron Head because it's enough. But in this case, generally, if they're playing this balanced lead scenario, they might want to just take shield advantage and run and get a farm down. So I go for the Bug Bite, and it looks like I'll be able to just barely farm down the Drapion. If they take out the Wormadam, come with the Frostlass, it's not too bad. And in the back, we have Jellicent. I'm going to swap immediately and draw out their final Pokemon, and it's Toxicroak. So Toxicroak versus Sableye, not a great matchup. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not like as nice as you would like for the Sableye. Foul Play is resisted, doesn't really deal that much damage. So you're really relying on the Shadow Claws here. I'm going to shield the first Mud Bomb, and then I am able to farm it. I was a bit scared I was not going to be able to. Jellicent comes back in. I'm going to leverage this energy that I gained out of the previous matchup, throw a Foul Play, and then grab another shield here. With another Foul Play, you can see I go up and try and go for the CMP tie so they can take me out nice and clean. But they actually just let it through. So at this point, I'd probably shield whatever the Jellicent throws and just farm down. Not sure what they thought I was going to bait there. There's no bait move. No bait move on Sableye. Alright, yeah, Frostlass didn't even have to come out that game, pretty much. Shadow Drapion, so nice. We have the 2 battles back-to-back with juxtaposition of these 2 different leads. And you can see the difference here. The crunch, it's going to hit harder. And they're actually going to swap here. I was going to throw Iron Head, just pretend I did. In comes Escavalier. This is a bit of a scary one because Escavalier outpaces Frostlass. They, however, do let me throw my move first so I can see what they want to do. And I'm just going to go back up for the next Shadow Ball. If they Mega Horn me, I'm toast. If they Drill Run me, I survive. Not healthily, but I do want to make it up, or at least force them to throw another move. So here's the second Drill Run. That's okay. I'm okay taking a shield advantage out of this. I have Sableye still ready to go, and hopefully I can get a ton of farm here on this Escavalier and transition that into taking out this Drapion. Remember, I still do have 2 shields. Well, did have 2 shields. Not anymore, but this is going to allow me to do some things for sure. I thought about making a catch, but I absolutely need that Wormadam. So I'm going to have to shield up the Sableye. Again, unfortunately. I have a lot of energy, but it's just not going to matter. I swap to try and take out this Drapion. Going to deal a ton of damage with this Iron Head, but they block it. Otherwise, yeah, it would essentially take them out. They farm up quite a bit, and they're going to swap out into Mawile. No, this is my nightmare. But Wormadam clutches it out. Those IVs coming in straight money right now. Gonna get the Iron Head off. which is great because it allows my Sableye to deal an absolute ton of damage here, well, with this resisted foul play, and maybe, just maybe, be able to farm down before it gets to a play rough. We'll have to see what this move is, but I don't think they quite made it. Yeah, it's just a power-up punch. Sableye going to be able to farm down, and then it's just a matter of winning CMP tie versus the Drapion. Sableye is going to be able to win. And take it out with a nice fat return here. Like a Sableye, definitely a member of our Wall Street Bets with that nice return. On his, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm done. That was not a good joke. Anyways, 4 wins in a set. Pretty solid, and to be honest, the only loss was against the Shadow Mawile lead, which is kind of the bane of this team. And we actually beat another Mawile as well, so I mean, Algo can't stop us. Not that I believe in it, but alright, Zweilous lead. This is the other advantage. You got Pokemon like Zweilous staying in on Wormadam trash because they think they win the matchup. They don't with Bug Bite. In comes Nidoqueen because it took them a little while to realize, hey wait, this thing is not confusion. I'm going to go with the Frostlass. So, going to let the first move through, especially if they don't build. Take them out with an Avalanche before they get to the second Poison Bag. And Zweilous will come back in, going to hit it with a big Avalanche. Yeah, not going to shield this. It's a Body Slam. It's not going to take out Frostlass. Frostlass is still going to get to the Avalanche. In fact, the Body Slam was a negative value of like 50 energy here because not only did it waste 35 energy, but it dealt enough damage that the Zweilous got less farm, and they still have to use the shield. So, feeling pretty good about where I am in this game right now. Not really sure what Pokemon could be in the back to beat the combination that I have, and it's a Mandibuzz. So, pretty tough Pokemon for this team to handle, but Wormadam trash, this is why you don't run Confusion, right? You can deal pretty good amount of damage with Bug Bite. It adds up. They generally don't shield, and if they do, you know what? Your Sableye has to land a return anyways, so throwing the big move here is definitely the play. Yeah, it doesn't even deal that much, but the defense drop looks like it's going to come in handy. They're trying to farm all the way down, and they actually are able to. Huge mistake by me not switching out there. But with 2 shields remaining, even Sableye can handle a Mandibuzz at this point, and the defense drop. So they're going to stick in with it, even though there's no chance of winning. That's fine. Sableye gonna be able to come out of that with just some Shadow Claw damage. Yeah, honestly, Wormadam carrying the team yet again. And I know you guys are gonna ask too, Fortress is fine, you just don't have that surprise factor of people staying. Look at this Dragalge, for example. Okay, so they did switch, but after throwing a move. Not sure why, but either way, we both decided, same idea, we're on the same page, we've mind melded. Gotta swap to our Sableyes. So it's a Sableye off here. Unfortunately, if you look to the right, Sableye's IVs, they're really good. They are really good. And why am I so upset about something being good? It's because I'm going to lose CMP. I don't even click the button. I was actually going for the sneak there. If I snuck, I might have shielded just to win switch. And I'd have a move for the next Pokemon. But at that point, it was just, I think it was just better to let my Sableye go down. Going to farm down with the Wormadam. A little bit of a head start against whatever comes in. And the Dragalge, Frostlass is a good answer to it, except Dragalge does win the 2 shield against Frostlass. So they come in with the Drapion. This is fantastic news. Don't always just switch blindly. In this case, it's definitely the much better matchup for my Wormadam here to be against this Frostlass. And I kind of signaled that to them too by swapping out of that lead. So they should have known that I had another better answer for Dragalge. But instead, I'm not going to shield anything here. In fact, want my Wormadam to go down, or I can swap, and I need Frostlass to get this little bit of energy advantage, because this is what I talked about earlier. You don't win the 2 shield versus Dragalge. The Dragentails, they just do too much. I'm going to focus on throwing with good timing here. I have that energy advantage, so I don't really have to worry about what moves they're at or counting their moves. I'm just going to shield whatever they have, right? At this point, an Aqua Tail would even take out the Frostlass. So it's going to come down to the wire here. I have no opportunity to catch or anything, not that that would help. And it's all just about landing these avalanches, or landing one avalanche on the Dragalge. So yeah, it's getting close, but it looks like my Frostlass should be able to get there. Yeah, I don't know if I would have lived another Dragentail after that, but getting the 2 Powder Snow advantage on the Frostlass was absolutely paramount to this win. We're gonna pick up another W here, another bad lead. Yeah, we haven't seen too many of them swapping out. I think those hopefully will be coming, or they're in the next set. Ninetales, a lead that where they should swap out. They have no business staying in. Even against Confusion, they are going to stay in. This is not a good matchup at all. These Weather Balls, they do nothing. And Ironhead will KO. Looks like I lost CMP to this Ninetales. I saw me press the button. Did you guys? But instead, it is not a CMP tie. They're going to be able to swap out. I even threw a couple extra moves and then threw. So this is no excuses for that catch. And they caught an Ironhead on Jellicent. That's okay. Bubble Jellicent. We got a really good answer to that in Sableye. I throw my Foul Play right away because I want to take them out. But they shield. So they get their move off. I feel like the only reason to shield here is if you're going to bait and then try and beat me to the next Shadow Ball. They actually go straight for the Shadow Ball. So I'm going to take that and just throw the next Foul Play here as they get to their next move. And we'll see what they want to do here. Yeah, I'd love to win switch. So I win switch on shield with Sableye. And that's just the power of getting a move caught sometimes. Like if they get a move caught on a Pokemon that you have a hard counter for, it's honestly fine. It's even better than not throwing the move in the first place. So A9 comes back in. They made a weird play where they didn't swap out at all against the Wormadam, so I figured they didn't have an answer to Wormadam at all. So I come with the Frostlass against the A9. At this point, it's within Avalanche range, and I really don't have to worry about the Dazzling Gleam. It's a pretty good matchup. And they don't even run it. They're running Psyshock. So I'm going to take it out, and in the back is a Frostlass, and yeah, I'm kind of confused why they didn't just swap out of that A9 lead in the first place. They had two really good answers to Wormadam Trash. They're running Double Ghost as well. So it honestly, it would have been fantastic for them to swap out there, bait out my Sableye with the Jellicent, and then hopefully Frostlass sweeps. That should be their goal. But instead, we're going to see Wormadam kind of take advantage of that A9 and Sableye clean up. Alright, Nidoqueen lead. So this is what I'm saying. Gotta wait for them to swap. They swap right away into Sableye. And guess what? Wormadam may not be my worst answer to Sableye. In fact, I have another much worse Pokemon against Sableye in the back. This matchup is not that bad. I'm gonna go up to the Ironhead. I don't want to let them get too much of an energy advantage here because I want my Sableye to be able to come in and not get completely outpaced. So I'll grab a shield before I go. And I do have another answer for Nidoqueen in the back. So I've mentally allocated this Frostlass to the Nidoqueen. So this Sableye is fine taking down this Sableye. I overfarmed just a little bit. Got to remember the third Foul Play is only 5 Shadow Claws instead of 6 Shadow Claws. So you're going to be able to throw this Foul Play, take out their Sableye. In comes the final Pokemon, the Azumarill. This is why we swapped out of the Wormadam, right? We got to make sure that we still have our answer, our A, to cover our Bs. So return, going to deal a ton of damage if they didn't shield it, but unfortunately they're just going to be able to farm all the way down here. And the 2 shield advantage is exactly what you want to see as a Frostlass user. If you go up 2 shields and you have Frostlass still alive, you pretty much won. And there's the Hydro Pump. The only player running Hydro Pump in all of Halloween Cup. Gonna be able to take out the Wormadam. And honestly, it's not too bad. It spent a lot of energy. Now my Frostlass is gonna be able to farm up an absolute ton. Remember, always farm. Don't just throw your moves right away. Farm up. I could have farmed up more, but I was getting near 100 energy anyways. Shadow Ball likely will not take out this Azu, and then they're going to come into Nidoqueen, which I'm just going to take. I don't want to bother getting debuffed here. So just going to take out the Nidoqueen, and then it's just a matter of landing a move on this Azu. Either way, that's the team. I believe this is the last game of the set. Last game of the 2 sets. We have 9 out of 10. I just spoiled that. I mean, you guys don't know who wins this next game. All right, Nidoqueen lead. Proof of concept. They swap out again into a Alolan Marowak, this time with Hex. A bit scarier for Sableye, so I just throw my move here, see if they want to shield or not. Which they don't, and unfortunately my move doesn't take them out, but they're going for the Fire Blast or something, and yeah, that's the, spoilers. Sorry I spoiled that for you guys. You guys knew I was going to win that game already, so. Either way, 9 wins out of 10 with this team. I played another 2 sets with the team. Next set was a 2-3, then a 4-1. So overall, pretty overwhelmingly positive. Sableye is a Pokemon that I think is super underused in Halloween Cup. Sure, there's a lot of dark types, and yeah, I guess that's like the main negative against it. But it's just still a very solid Pokemon, and I think that if you got one, I mean, it's Season of Spice. You also don't have to use it if you don't want to, but if you like winning, there's Sableye. Also, we're gonna have trash, but that's also way more expensive. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you like the new video length. That's the big thing from here. Length is important to me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for watching.